Karen said that you had to discuss, when I asked for copies of invoices from your attorneys, they said that you had to make a decision on it.
What is it that you're looking for, I guess, Betsy? The question and our attorneys' eyes was whether or not you were looking for case-specific stuff, or you're just looking with how much money was spent.
No, usually I think you've all dealt with attorneys, and usually when they bill you, they do it, they tell you how they spent the hour, making a phone call, you know, looking over a contract, something like that. And that's basically what I was interested in seeing, you know, because there's a lot of money involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see what this, Karen said to me that you had to check it, you had to discuss it, because there might be something sensitive. What is going to be sensitive in a bill from an attorney?
Well, any lawsuit that's ongoing is...
But in an invoice for a bill, is the attorney going to put down details of what? Oh, I have not found
Who did I speak to? How long did I speak to? About what did I speak? All of those things go into an itemized bill, or all the ones that I've seen.
Okay, the bills we've had, my husband and I have been involved in lawsuits, haven't been on the bill
Right.
that detailed. That's on surprise. Well, so have you looked at the things that, to see what was going to have to be redacted, if anything?
I haven't. I looked at the bills.
I've looked at them.
And I wasn't sure what you were looking for, whether or not it was...
Well, it's under like a right to know. They're considered public
Right.
records. And so really, technically, if you're requesting a right to know, you don't have to give a specific reason what you're looking for. But I was just, you know, generally seeing how it was done. I mean, I think for the history, I think you've all been here, and Chip was a select before. You know that I've been to many, many meetings over the last months. And I just have seen a shift of what's at the meetings. For instance, I've noticed like a new trend. Example, let me give you an example, and I've forgotten exactly how long ago this was. A citizen came in and was asked about a charge, and so it was asking about a charge, and was head of a committee, and said that the RSA and the state workshops had told her that it should be done a certain way. The former board disagreed, called the attorney. We as taxpayers paid for the attorney, who read the RSA, which I think any of the selectmen could have done because they're not difficult to read, and said, yeah, this person was correct, and therefore we were charged. I have no idea what we were charged. I mean, I don't even know it's in the time I requested. That's in another example. And then I find that the trend now is to, many times in the meeting, is to say, well, we'll have to check with the attorney. We'll have to check with the attorney. For instance, on the lawsuit that's going on right now against two citizens. To go to have us, when I say us, I mean taxpayers, pay for an attorney to go to represent the town, to bring the lawsuit, and ask the court basically to give an opinion on how to handle a right to know request. It's going to cost us a lot of money, when I would think it could be done in a simpler way.
Well,
And I'm just curious.
with regards to that, that's an ongoing lawsuit. You're not going to get any information about that until
Okay.
it's settled.
Okay.
Once it's settled, then I suppose a bunch of it will end up getting released.
Okay.
So anything that, for instance, someone asked the attorney to read an RSA, and I'm new to this board, so I don't know
Right.
exactly
You weren't here
I don't know
at that time.
exactly what you're talking
Right.
about. But we can look at the bill, and if it was just a review, that's fine. But remember that a certain amount of this information is covered by the attorney-client privilege. It doesn't have anything to do with 91A. So once it enters a lawsuit arena, you're not going to get a lot of information from this board.
Well,
or any
that's for
board.
8 months, so I guess we can look at I was under the impression that you had to make a decision, and the first time you could make a decision was going to be at this meeting, because I asked for the thing after your last meeting, and you didn't have a meeting last week. And so, once you make a decision, then is Karen gonna contact me and say it's ready to be
Right.
seen? Okay,
That's what we did the last time,
Right.
is it took a few days to put it all
That's
together.
fine.
and
that's what I
We
wanna know.
reduced our copy charge, so it's less expensive.
Well, and the
Or
thing
you don't
is,
even have to have copies if you don't want them.
yeah, I can come in and look at it, and if
Sure.
I want a copy, I know there's a copy charge
Right.
from 25 cents down to 15 cents.
Right.
But there's just, there have been a lot of decisions by the boards recently that have involved in bringing in an attorney to settle things that I think, having attended these meetings on a regular basis, probably for the last decade, could have been avoided. And I, as a taxpayer, it's a lot of money going out to the attorney. And again, granted, I don't know how it's going out because I haven't been provided with it. I know the amount of money that the attorney has received, but I have no idea how it's broken down. Okay, so you think you're gonna have that decided in the next couple of days, or when?
I think we can decide today, can't we? We're gonna review it.
We can work on it, sure.
Okay, and then Karen will just let me know when it's
Sure.
ready. Okay, very good.
Hopefully by.
Thank
the end of the
you.
week.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Betsy. Good to see you.